questions. Patrick, you want to start us off?
Yeah, Coach, had some time to digest the Liberty game. How do you think about the overall performance of your unit?
I think one of the better overall offensive performances that we probably put together in terms of just stats-wise, all four areas, kind of, red zone, third downs, things like that, passing, rushing. I thought we did some really good things. Obviously disappointed we didn't come out with the win, but in a game like that with an offense that tries to control the ball the way they do, we needed to play the game that we played, but we needed every opportunity to go score. So early in the first half when we go down there, kick a field goal, try to kick another one, we don't get the points there, and towards the end of the half we throw the interception in the end zone. That's you got to come away with points in a game like that in the first half. So I'm proud of the way they battled in the second half, did some good things to try to keep us in the game. But, got to put together, again, a full game and try to keep our foot on the gas when we can,
Right. I've just been curious about the process after games, too. I mean, after you guys look at the film and you do your evaluations, are you just looking to kind of make some adjustments, or you do more wholesale things? How do you go about preparing for a win or a loss?
I don't think your process necessarily changes. You got to evaluate who you are as a team, what you do well, what you don't do well, maximize your strengths, and try to improve on your weaknesses. So from a week-to-week basis, every game is its own entity, right? There's things that you do well, there's things that you don't do well, whether it leads to a loss or whether it leads to a win. You got to evaluate the whole thing and try to maximize on it every single week. But wholesale change, I wouldn't describe it as that, because I think that's doing your kids a disservice by saying, hey, we're going to be a completely different team, a completely different coaching staff, completely different offense week to week. But it's finding the things that you do well, maximizing that, and then it's always about players, right? I've said that forever. It's players, not plays. So find a way to get your best guys the ball and put them in advantageous situations, and that helps for sure.
How do you feel about the second half offense going into this Liberty game, being able to get back to rhythm and scoring?
Yeah, and I think that's what it was. I think it was just finding a rhythm, finding the right plays. And again, I put all of the past stuff on me as a coach. I got to do a way better job of putting us in better situations. So felt like we did some good things in the second half that kind of took advantage of what they were doing defensively. And then again, putting our best players in the situation to make plays. And I thought they did some really good stuff. Obviously, it's all for naught because we didn't come away with the win, so we're all disappointed about that. But what I do think it did is it gave our guys some confidence within our lineup to understand that we can catch a spark at any moment, but we got to put 4 full quarters together and just play after play, just be consistent.
Right. I think a lot of people were curious as to you guys were able to move the ball so easily late there in the second half. What changed? What did you do different? Or was it just a matter of connecting a little bit?
Well, I think in the first half we ran the ball so well, and I don't really needed it. It was to the point where I didn't think we needed to get away from it necessarily. But, they were running the ball well. We were running the ball well. It went real fast in the first half, and then by the time we got to the second half, felt like we had some things kind of schemed up to where we could take shots on them. And we needed to go score quickly, obviously, to try to get us back in the game. But, it's play after play, series after series, trying to find those ways to exploit the defense and who's got the hot hand, obviously, finding, again, that goes to players, not plays, just getting the ball in the right guy's hands. But, we're going to scheme all week this week, try to find the best ways to attack this defense and put all 4 quarters together.
Seems like during the beginning of the season, it was a running back by committee, but these last few weeks, Elijah seems to have taken that RB1 role. Is he kind of taking that RB1 role for you all?
I think so. I think he's earned the right to go out there first, and not only does he catch the ball well, he runs it well and does some really good things, and has gotten really, really good in pass protection over the last month. And has earned the right to go out there and play a good bit of the snaps. But again, I think we've got 4 guys who do a really good job, and we're going to need all 4 going down the stretch in November, just because every man is important and every man leads to helping us win games. So proud of those 4 guys about the way they've played. But, like you said, Elijah's done some really, really good things, and we gotta keep finding ways to get him the football.
Rivers kind of emerged as a key weapon for you guys too. What have you seen so far?
Yeah, River is a hell of a player, man. Like really, really good. I think probably one of the better tight ends in this conference, and coming into his own. I think he catches the ball extremely well. Physical blocker at the point of attack, and then just deceptively athletic. When he gets in the open field, you saw that one touchdown catch. He catches it wide open. Nobody runs him down. So I think again, finding ways to get him the football, and then with him being so versatile, we can move him around inside and outside. He's a good blocker, catches the ball well. Keeping him on the field, that way we don't have to sub, and we can play fast and play with the tempo that we're accustomed to, and still be able to play within our offense and not have to ask him to do something he's not used to. I think only helps us. But yeah, very proud of the way he's played and excited about his future.
UTEP have been about middle of the pack defensively. Tyrese Knight's been probably one of the best defensive players in the league. Just want to get your thoughts on him. How do you get ready to deal with him?
Yeah, flies around, man. Guy flies around, strikes people. Obviously he's that middle linebacker that creates the spark for their defense and makes them right too. There's been situations where they may have been out of pocket or out of place, and he goes and I call him the eraser. He'll make other guys right whenever they think they might not have the right call in. But we'll have a good plan for him. Obviously, he's a key piece to their defense, and we got to be ready for what they throw at us. But again, I got a lot of respect for those guys and what they do defensively. They got some other good players too in the front 7 that'll cause some havoc. So, we'll be ready. But, yeah, again, a really, really good player that we got to be conscious of for sure.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.